I got to admit that this journal does not get into the nitty-gritty of high natural killer cells or any diagnosis. The reason is I truly believe that no matter what you're dealing with, you have to find the right path for you in the 6 essential areas, including diet, rest and recovery, energetics, awareness, mindset, and targeted supplementation. Now, when you are dealing with a diagnosis like high natural killer cells, you need to become aware of why this is happening in the first place. It is not one of those things. Yes, you are potentially genetically set up to express this as your issue in your body. Just think things like PCOS, endometriosis, those things you're genetically prone to. But it's your diet, it's your lifestyle, it's your mental and emotional health, it's your energetics that is basically contributing to the expression of something going completely out of whack, because we all have natural killer cells. They are the things that keep us safe from viruses and colds and help fight off cancers. They're trying to keep us alive. But when they are so overactive and when they're quote unquote high, they need a job to do. And so they just start attacking your body. They do not care that it's not something that they are not supposed to be attacking. They're just going to do it. So for the most part, high natural killer cells stem from your gut. Basically, over the years, diet, lifestyle, emotional stressors, being really stressed out can massively impact your gut. Your lining in your gut, in your intestines, all that just start getting really frail and weak, opening up, not being able to do the things that they are there to do. Their primary function is to give you the nutrients that you put into your body. Well, if you have leaky gut, that's not going to happen. So that's going to have an impact on your cellular health. But the main thing is that your gut has these kind of like shaggy carpets, and they're supposed to be tight enough not to allow any food particles to get into your bloodstream. Well, these become junky and they widen. And so things get into your bloodstream and your body is doing what it's supposed to do. And they're like foreign agent, attack, 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 revving up your natural killer cells, destroying your immune system at it, because there's like what 70% of your immune system lies in your gut. So it's really important for you. What diet do you need? You need to find your food intolerances. This is what I go into. This is like crucial for everyone, no matter what you're dealing with. Find your food intolerance. There's no perfect diet out there. Not everyone has to go on this extreme AIP or vegan or paleo, whatever it is. Find your food intolerances. Then the other missing piece is bring in a wide variety. You have to have, we live in an abundant world right now. So you can go out and literally almost buy anything that you need to boost your gut microbiome. So bringing in a wide variety. Now, when you have leaky gut, you might need to really target healing it. This might include targeted supplementation, which the reality is either you have to go study the gut microbiome, know what you need to know, and do it for yourself, or you hire someone to help do that for you. The other thing that you can do, which a lot of people don't seem to want to jump into, is you can eat organ meats. That's how I healed my gut. I didn't have access to a gut microbiome test. I didn't have access to some of the amazing supplements that we have on the market today. I did it by getting rid of my food intolerances, bringing in a wide variety of clean food, and consuming bone broth and organ meat. That's what I did. It was that simple. It wasn't that simple, but you know what I mean. The other thing that you have to do is slow down. You don't have to become perfect. You don't have to become a Buddhist monk, but you have to take radical responsibility of how you are or are not in flight or fight mode, and your cortisol is just going bonkers, going insane. So this is really important part of the healing process. And the more you can start becoming consistent, saying no, setting boundaries, doing more relaxing, restful activities instead of like hitting the gym really hard or always on the go, always overthinking. This is really going to contribute to healing that gut and lowering your natural killer cells to the level that we want them at. So for natural killer cells, it is important to target your gut. This is in awareness. There's loads of links and stuff, but you might not necessarily see anything specific for specific diagnosis because you gotta like almost get out of that small box that society and the medical system is putting you in and really get in tune with what you need to do to boost your overall cellular health. Use the diagnosis as a basis, but not get stuck in it. Not say it's gonna like be my fate. Really tap into what makes me feel good, what doesn't make me feel good. The other thing that I want to know about natural killer cells or elevated killer cells is that you might not present in a normal way that most doctors are going to be looking for. I got talked out of doing the testing before our second failed IVF because I was not having reoccurring miscarriages. I just wasn't getting pregnant. That's how sick I was. So you might not be presenting in a way that warrants this type of testing, or maybe you don't have access to the testing. It's really expensive. You have to be, from my knowledge right now, with a fertility clinic to get this specific testing. There's other antibody testing that you can do that could be beneficial. But once again, it's not giving you the root cause of why you're having those elevated antibodies, those elevated natural killer cells. You're better looking off at food sensitivities, gut health, even doing like, thyroid testing would be great, hormone testing would be great to get that information of what you need to do. The other thing is you can have like zero symptoms. For me, when I found out that I had high natural killer cells, I was on the brink of perfection health-wise, a little bit like OTT, but that's just the way I was going to do things. In hindsight, I had a few issues, but I didn't think they were a big deal anymore because I had seen so many positive improvements in my overall health, including my gut health, my moods, my sleep, my skin, everything. So you have to remember, like, don't compare yourself to, oh, well, I used to be like this, so surely that's not going to be issue because my symptoms aren't nearly as bad, or I'm only getting one symptom. That it could be really hidden. So you want to make sure that you're being radically honest with yourself and you're putting in the effort. Remember, this is not a quick fix. If you do, in fact, have leaky gut, it will take some time to restore, but know your body is always trying to get there. You just got to figure out what the right TLC is to get yourself there. I know that I healed my leaky gut truly in my IVF pregnancy because I knew exactly what I needed to do and I was so strict with myself. But I will say that everything I did before that contributed to my success. It is very hard for most people who have not tried to change anything in their life to go as dramatic as an autoimmune paleo diet, to, start sleeping correctly, the moods, the mindset, all that kind of stuff. It's a process. So you really have to make sure that you give yourself time and grace and just put in the consistency and keep going. When you fall, give yourself some time, get back up with grace and keep going, and you will see the results that you want to see. And here it talks about setting goals. Pregnancy is the ultimate goal. We're getting there, but there's other goals that we need to achieve to get to that pregnancy. So I really hope this helps about the high natural killer cells. I truly hope this journal is really impactful, and you know where I'm at if you have any more questions, and if you want further guidance, there's more support inside the programs.